Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, because I enjoy working for the fans of the Carolina Panthers, even in the midst of a 0-5 start to the season. Hey, by the way, big shout outs to everybody that tunes in, watches this show, and supports this channel. I'll be honest, supporting this channel is really like a grassroots effort in supporting independent media. But it's an opportunity to watch it grow and be a part of something great. And Monday, we had 3 new members join the channel. Really sincerely appreciate that from everybody because I need the members to keep going and growing. So shout outs to those. And for those who have not subscribed, please consider doing so. We got a goal of 10,000, which we think we can reach. And reaching 10,000 just helps us have a bigger voice, helps us have more players and coaches on the show. So please consider doing that. Got a good show lined up for you late this evening. By the way, normally the shows are usually in the daytime, more like around 4 o'clock. Just a heads up, still until the wife has the baby. These show times may fluctuate a little bit because sometimes I have to run literally from the locker room straight into daddy duties. And you may have a few late shows, but nevertheless, just subscribe to the channel. That way you make all the content because we will continue to have daily updates. So biggest thing from the day, man, you guys know, maybe you don't know, but I'm going to tell you, it has been bugging me tremendously at the play calling for this offense, the opportunities that they're giving Bryce to be Bryce, and it just not being enough, in my opinion. The biggest thing is giving them a chance to throw the ball downfield. And why not? Why can't we not do that? Why can't we not do that given? Anyway, I don't want to go into that too much because I'm going to get into that in a second. But that's the main thing I'm going to talk about today is Frank and I talking about the explosive plays as well as I asked Bryce about those explosive plays. So we're going to play that for you as well. But we're going to go over the injury report for today as well as some transactions the Carolina Panthers have made. Those transactions were all yesterday, but since yesterday's an off day, we'll go ahead and go over those today. I see we got a few members that are already on tonight. So you know what? We got to show love for the members. And let me get the sound effects ready. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Let's see. I'm sorry. I don't know if I played that correctly because my computer was muted. So there we go. Probably was a little echo on that because I need to put my earpiece in. But shout outs to our members. Tyrone Green, one of the members of the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and slap in my earpiece so that I won't have that feedback. But thanks, Tyrone. I really think CJ Stroud will give us our first win of the season. So, yes, we do play the Houston Texans. That matchup will be following the bye week. So we'll see what beholds. I mean, I can already tell you that week a lot of media will be talking about Bryce versus CJ Stroud. So, I'm going to do something different when that week approaches in terms of try to find some angle that's not as well covered, but it's pretty interesting. So if you all have any ideas for that, let me know. But Tyrone, hey, whenever that first win comes, I am all about it. And also, we got another member here, so we got to give him some shouts, some noise. There we go. 4 more is a member of the team. Of the channel. So, as I say, members, you get some perks. Okay. If you all members that come on, I'm always going to give you the sound effects and make sure I greet you personally. And also we'll have, we connect with you on social media and do some other things that's really cool for the members of this channel to help support us. So 4 more, appreciate you very much. And let me go ahead and get into the video. But my man Leonard Kowalski just got off work. Nice question during Reich's presser today. So, yeah, you guys obviously listen to the pressers and sometimes say, hey, Chris, where have you been? I don't always have something to say because sometimes I'm in the locker room. So it's just a little bit of a challenge with being one person. Where am I going to be? Am I going to be talking to Frank or am I going to try to capture a player in the locker room and get some good content and information from them on what's going on? So, yeah, but I'll get questions in there certainly when I can. I haven't said this. Please hit the like button. Just get in the habit. Get in the habit. Hit that like button. Please. Cost you nothing. Helps us out tremendously. So let me go ahead and get into these reports for today. So I didn't have a chance to get it already loaded up, but I could probably get to it pretty quickly here. Alrighty, so let's go over the transactions first. So here are the transactions for the Carolina Panthers. As you see, these were all, again, happening Tuesday, October the 10th, but I didn't go live, so we're going to talk about them today. We signed defensive tackle Jaden Peavy to the practice squad. Peavy is from Texas A&M, where he went to college, but he was in camp with the Tennessee Titans this summer after spending most of last year on their practice squad. And then next up is we signed DiCaprio Boodle to the active roster. The big reason for that is we had him active for we elevated him 3 times. So anytime that you elevate a player, you can only do it up to 3 times before he cannot do that anymore. So it makes sense they put him active on the 53-man roster. Lastly, in order to make room for PV, we signed cornerback Sam Webb. Shouts out to Joe Webb. I don't know if you guys remember him. I love Joe. He's a quarterback, and he's like now boxing and stuff. So if you haven't checked him out, I think it's cool to kind of see where players are now. Might, wish I was big enough where I could have a where are they now, and each season pick a guy that was formerly on the Panthers and just talk with him about where he is right now. All right, so we're going to go over next the injury report. And this injury report continues to get longer and longer. And my theory is that they're just being so cautious with guys to make sure that they're healthy. It's a 17-game season, and we've had a lot of injuries already. So I feel like Wednesdays are pretty much a gimme. Like if you're limped up, dinged up, don't do it hard. They're just going to be on the injury report and take it easy, and they'll still be active on Sunday. But let me go ahead and pull up that injury report. Hit the like button. All right? Go ahead, smash the like button while you're watching. Wouldn't mind if you did that for me. But let's go ahead and give me a moment. I'm going to get up this injury report. Let's see if this is the right one. There it is. Yes, I did get the right one. So pretty lengthy, and it has some rest here for some guys. But let me just go ahead and get through this. Outside linebacker Justin Houston. He was getting some rest today. We also have running back Miles Sanders with the shoulder. He did not practice. And let me just pause really quickly and say this. You all are always invited, and I want you to come on the show anytime I am live, okay? Comments, questions, criticisms. There's a link that's always going to be in the description. Feel free to hit that link. Come on the show. Interact with me. That's why I go live as well, to interact with you all, whether that's in the comments or people coming on the show. So, again, just a quick reminder, you can always do that. Free safety, Xavier Woods. He had a shoulder injury, did not practice. Miles Sanders, I don't know if I said this, but he had a shoulder, did not practice. So about Miles, Coach doesn't have any strong feelings one way or the other what's going to happen with Miles by this Sunday. This guy's been dinged up a lot this season, a lot. Didn't play any in the preseason. I feel like he's been on the injury report half the time of these 5 weeks. He's struggling for several different reasons. I don't feel like they're all his fault, but, just a darn kind of thing for sure. Guard Chandler Zavala with the neck did not practice. No surprises there. Wide receiver Adam Thielen getting some rest. Offensive tackle Taylor Moton with a knee. He was limited in practice. Taylor Moton's going to play. He was limited last week, I think, through Friday, and played on Sunday. He's been having a good season. Guard Calvin Throckmorton with a calf. He was limited in practice. Guard Austin Corbett with a knee, who's also limited in practice. Austin last week in the locker room told me that the big thing that he was concerned about was, getting to his wife and seeing how she reacted based on him telling her that he had practice and he's doing all right. talked to him today about that. He said she reacted pretty well. Things are going well, and he's going to continue to, get on that road to being back, being active for a Sunday. But good to hear that the wife was happy with the result, so he can relax a little bit. We also had tight end Steven Sullivan with the hip. He's limited in practice, so he's returning back from being, I forget the exact list, but he's just now practicing. So I'm sure he's going to progress a little slowly. Cornerback Dante Jackson with a shoulder. So he probably will not be on this report because he's on there today, but he was a full participant in practice. So that bodes good news for him. Probably good news for the team overall, trying to cover a speedy Tyreek Hill. Dante's our speed guy back there. The other guys have been doing a good job, but we haven't had a guy with the speed of Tyreek Hill. So Dante being back in the week of going up against Tyreek Hill is big. Even if he can't cover him like a blanket, I won't say he can catch him, but maybe he can stay close enough where after the catch, he can still be in a good position to make a tackle. This list was so long, had to make 2 pages. So here's the second page. Linebacker Brian Burns with an ankle, limited in practice. Defensive tackle Derek Brown with a knee and ankle. He as well was limited in practice. So there you have it. Again, feel free to join the broadcast. If you have any questions or comments, there is a link in the description to do so. Please, if you're still watching, hit the like button. We're up to 15. I know I can add 5 more in the next minute or two, right? Support me. Hit that like button. Let's continue on. So now let's go ahead and go into the meat of what I want to talk about, which are these explosive plays or lack thereof. So give me a moment to get all these videos queued up for you all, with me being in the press conferences today and in the locker room. Wow, that's going to take 20 seconds. Don't know why that's going to take so long. Let me hit this button again on this, because this should not take that long for me to get ready to play for you all. There we go. All right. My computer's not liking me right now. So what I'm trying to do is, there we go. Now it's going. I'm trying to get up the times I spoke with Bryce and Frank today, and I'm going to share that with you all. All right, so there's one video from Bryce. 1 second here. Also, feel free to leave some comments, because I will get to those once I'm done sharing this information with you all. All right, there we go. Second video from Bryce is there. And one more, the big one, which is Frank. All right, why is this video not showing properly? All kinds of problems when I try to do this live for some reason. A reason that I do not understand. One second, y'all. Let's see. Just my luck. All right, let me touch on a few comments before I leave you all just waiting out here. Let me hit a few more comments. Supernova, what it do, Chris? You up late, my man? Yeah, I'm up late, but there's only one way to be man of the people, right? And that is making sure that I get you all the content daily that I promised. Sometimes that means late nights. Sometimes that means long flights. It can mean a lot of things, but I appreciate you acknowledging things for me. And Ali Broderick says, what's going on, Chris? How you doing? And then Tyrone Green, congratulations on your new seat. The baby's not here yet. Trust me, I will let you all know when she is here. This will be baby overall number 4 for me and my wife, for the family, I should say. And due at the latest, no later than a week from today, she will absolutely be here. But she's not here yet. But I appreciate the congratulations, all right? And Donald Duck, what is Donald Duck saying? Pretty already tuned out for the Panthers. Charlotte FC maybe. Hornets are in preseason looking at the youth development. Hurricanes won tonight for the season open, but I'm just done with we'll watch Sunday. Hey, it's tough sometimes being in the fan in North Carolina. It really is tough, especially with the Hornets and the Panthers. It seemed like back around 2015, it was great. Like we had playoffs for both teams, I believe, in 2015. Certainly had a lot going on, but man, now it's just not the same. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into this. I don't think I got the Frank one up yet. And so let me just go ahead and play the Bryce Young clips right now. So here we are right now. I had a chance to talk to Bryce about the explosive plays and the challenges for them. So give me just a moment. I'm going to cue that up. So yeah, here we go. Bryce and I talking about the explosive plays. The explosive plays, you said there have been some opportunities. Bryce, what's been the biggest challenge of getting explosive plays for this offense?
I think it just boils down to execution. First and foremost for myself of making sure that when they're up and they're there that I hit them, and that, getting into those, finding those explosive plays, and just us as a unit, just honing in on details and executing. Again, I think there's been opportunities, and, I have to do a better job of making sure we take advantage of them. I think, again, it just boils down to execution.
So that was part one of my conversation with Bryce, asking him about the lack of explosive plays and what's the issue with it. That was his first response, but then I had a follow-up question to try to get just a little bit more detail from Bryce on what he sees as his biggest challenge with getting explosive plays with this team. So let me go ahead and cue that one up for you. Bryce, the explosive plays, you said there have been some opportunities. Is that cases where you're saying there was a guy that you just didn't hit, or is it more like play calling, or not calling, but play changes that you didn't?
I think a mixture of things that I could, I should have, whether it's getting us into things that I should be, or missing throws, missing opportunities, missing reads. Again, that's all on me. That's my fault for there's stuff that, again, I wish I could have back and wish I could have executed at a higher level, and that's stuff that I have to continue to grow in. It sucks in the moment, it sucks but you have to turn the page and move. So, that's all on me. And again, I have to continue to get better at that.
Yeah, so it seemed like I cut him off, but that was basically it. Bryce taking, as you may expect, most of the responsibility for that lack of plays, saying that there's some missed opportunities and things that he could have done that he hadn't been able to do. I think that's, Bryce does a really, really good job of saying the right answer and not exposing anything that he may not want to expose, just making it look like it's all on him. But I feel differently. So that's why I'm asking the question is, the man of the people doesn't mean I can always get the true confession and the real story each and every time, but it does mean I will try to get that from you for you, and allow, play the video and allow you all to think on how you feel about it. So now I do have, we have one comment about that from Preston Coleman. He says, so he's taking the blame. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I was just saying. So I guess, Preston, you were typing that comment as I was talking about that comment. Wow, class act, but we all know it's Frank's play calling. Shout out to you for pushing the issue and asking the questions we all want to know. So, yeah, that was on Bryce's part. And to be honest, I wish I could, for me to push that more, I'm about to play me talking to Frank. I need to be sitting with him one-on-one, or I don't know, because there's so many other reporters in there. As soon as he pauses, somebody else throws a question in there. So it just is what it is. But I will do my best. No, Kowalski. Look at Leonard saying, I'm clicking on. There we go. Missed opportunities. Not again. Groundhog Day. He didn't talk about missed opportunities. He just talked about it was his fault. So, some good comments coming in here. Appreciate all the comments. Hit the like button. I asked for 5 more likes. Only got 1. So just take a moment right now. I'll give you a moment for everybody watching, and it's more than a few, to hit the like button. Make me smile by hitting that like button. What's going on, Vietnam 26? It's good. It's good. It's good. All right, let me go ahead and get to the Frank Reich conversation. So give me just a second here. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and play me asking Frank Reich a little bit of a question about the lack of explosive plays.
From there.
Frank, it was following the Seahawks game that coordinator Thomas Brown mentioned you want to build upon those 5 explosive plays that happened during that game. Since then, Bryce had a game where he had 0 that was beyond 20, and then just last week he had a few just right at that mark. What's the disconnect between him saying that's as an objective and then actually that coming to fruition for you guys?
I thought we had, fair question. There was the game where we had 0. It was, I think that was against the Vikings. Is that true? Yeah, pretty sure. Where they were. We just got to be better than that as coaches. We got to put our guys in position to make explosive plays. I am really encouraged, as I said the other day. I thought the pass game looked pretty good this past week, and there's a lot of good things in there to build on. So, I'm encouraged. There were some, in the explosive plays. As we all know, that's the league uses that 20-yard standard for an explosive play. That's usually the category. So, there's still a lot of chunk plays in that 15 to 20 the category. So
I just want to say this as we're watching it and pause this video. So I each week I have been putting out the chart for Bryce's throwing. And it's not just his completions. It's just where he has thrown the ball on each of his passing attempts. And yes, on that chart, it's 20 yards. So I just feel like I could get a little pat on the back. When I started putting that out there last week on Twitter, got over 100,000 views on it. It was really good. Put it out there again this week, and that one is over about 50,000. So I just feel like a little bit that Frank saw my tweet, and he made the comment about the 20-yard metric, which is exactly what they indicate. But nevertheless, let me go ahead and finish playing this video for everybody.
Still a lot of chunk plays in that 15 to 20. There's chunk plays in there. I think we're working towards it. I'm excited about it. I think we're heading in the right direction. I think, this team that we're playing this week, Vic Fangio, what's he known for? Limiting explosive plays. He's going to play a shell defense. Vic traditionally has been a guy, keep everything in front of you. Make them go the long road. Make them go the long road. That's been Vic Fangio's MO for a long time. And, and he's going to try to outplay you and outdiscipline you by playing that shell, keeping everything in front, and, see if you can sustain long drives. Our job is to, A, sustain long drives when we need to, and B, find ways, even though he's playing a shell defense and trying to limit the explosives, we still have to find explosives by how we scheme and then by what our players do, run after catch in that way as well.
Chance that Raheem Blackshear gets activated this week to kind of, I guess, give us.
So there you have it. Frank Reich answering my question at length about the explosive plays. Now, towards the end there, he talked about how the Dolphins defense does a really good job of limiting explosive plays. I feel like he was almost preempting, like, we may not see explosive plays against the Dolphins this week. I wanted to ask him a follow-up question of, does he feel like this team can win this weekend without attempting any explosive plays? Didn't get a chance to ask that, but, I'm looking here. Last week, the Dolphins played the Giants. Giants have definitely been struggling. In that game, there were 2 attempts. There was one about 22 yards and one about 36 yards by the Giants and going downfield. And let me look at the previous week. They played the Buffalo Bills. And some may say that's unfair looking at the Buffalo Bills matchup. But let me take a look at the Buffalo Bills really quick. And that would have been probably week 3. Let's see. They played Jacksonville in week 3. What week was this? Yeah, week 4. I'm sorry. So got to go to week 4. And let's go to week 4. Wow. So Buffalo Bills, when they played the Dolphins, I keep pulling up the wrong week. I'm sorry. Hold on. This says week 4. That says Jacksonville. Week 5. What am I looking at here? I can't quickly pull it up. I'm going to try one more thing, and I don't want to stick too long on this. So this would have been week 4. Because I should be able to get this chart. Let's see. I just want to accurately talk about what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you for your patience. So week 4, Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. They actually did win the game. The Bills won the game. Dolphins lost. And in this game, Josh Allen only had 2 attempts beyond 20 yards. He had about a 25 and a 30. So there's more than one way to win a game. I'm not saying that if they throw deep, they're automatically going to win. But at times, you still just want to see an attempt. So not a ton, but still, both of these, everybody's still attempting at least one. Nevertheless, I ask the questions. I'll let you all receive the information and process it as you will. That is my job as man of the people. Please continue to let me know what you want to know, who you want me to talk to, and I will always do my best to do that. Got some other interviews from Frankie Louvu as well as Laviska Chenault from today. I'll play those at a different time. But let me go ahead and get into these questions before I get out of here. Appreciate everybody finally hitting those likes. I thank you very, very much. I'm just asking for 4 more. Just give me 4 more likes. Leave comments as well. So let me go ahead and again go through some of these things here from our members. Let me make sure I get all my members first. Here we go, Quentin. He's a member, so got to give him the shout outs, the normal applause. Good evening, everyone. What I missed? You didn't miss too much. We just had the injury report, which was a mile long, and most significant from that, I would say, is Miles Sanders not practicing. And then we went over a few transactions, Quentin. So you didn't miss much, but thank you for coming on in here. Tyrone Green said, you missed us winning again, because we hadn't done that one yet. Let's see. Make sure I get these questions. Oh, Tyrone says Frank has no fire in him. He's so clueless. So I wouldn't say he has no fire in him. He just has a different personality. Seems pretty soft, even keel kind of guy. So I believe you're seeing that. All right, let me make sure I get through all these. Not Frank, listen to the man of the people. Yeah, I really feel like that meant that he has seen my tweet, because it has a 20-yard mark on there for a deep pass. All right. All right, do you feel like Brian is playing conservative? Brian Burns? No way. I'm assuming you're talking about Brian Burns. Nah, that guy's not playing conservative. He got so upset last week in Detroit that he's, throwing his helmet off and apologizing to the team afterwards for his behavior. So if he was conservative and just trying to be coasting because he doesn't have a new contract, then he wouldn't be playing that hard and reacting like that. But I appreciate the question, Carson. I'm here to answer the questions. Captain Prince E says, I believe Frank inherited a team that he really don't know how to use. I don't feel like it's not that he doesn't know how to use the team. I just feel like he hadn't got his coaching stuff together. And then I just feel like he hadn't got his coaching act together and his all-star staff and how they're going to work together and do everything properly. It still baffles me so much at the fact that they're 0-5 and they have such phenomenal coaches. Like, how do you not get it right when you have so many smart people in the building for that purpose of making sure that this does not happen? That's like mind blowing. Like, hey, let's get a bunch of all-stars, not players, but coaches to help figure this out. Because I always felt like when this coaching staff got developed was that it's just too many people that know football to sit there and let bad things happen. And bad things are happening. Terrace Marshall Jr. had no snaps last week. How can you have so many coaches, everybody wearing headsets, and not one of the staff of like 20 people, it's probably more than that, but not one of those people say, hey, y'all know Terrace Marshall hadn't got any play yet? That's how I feel about that. But nevertheless, let me make sure I get a few more. You guys just hate the screen passes to Ian Thomas, man. Just hate him. That's tough for me. I like Ian Thomas as a person. Really cool guy. But obviously not the number one guy that you want to see screens go to. By the way, I'm about to get off of here, so if anybody wants to jump on before I get off, hit that link in the description to ask me a question live using your cell phone, your tablet, whatever device you have connected to the internet and a camera. Then that's cool. Go ahead and do it. Let's see. Preston Coleman. Yes, take that angle to boost the channel until they improve on it. It's a great niche that will surely help with engagement and grow the channel. Preston, I love your comment, but I'm not quite getting the full thing. So if anybody that's still on here now follows that comment from Preston in its entirety, let me know. It seems like a really good comment that I just want to make sure I fully absorb and leverage. But so far, Preston, appreciate the comment very much. Captain Prince, he says, I always hope that we keep pounding, but just talking scenarios. What happens if we lose against Miami? What would be the headline for the Houston game, being that CJ is having a better season? So, I know what Preston was talking about. I think I got it now. So I'll probably stop doing this, but I go backwards in the comments, which probably shouldn't do because I don't know what has been said before then that would help me understand it. So now let me quickly, Captain, I'm going to come back to you, but let me quickly go back to Preston's comment, which was early I talked about with the game coming up against Houston that I know all the media will be talking them. CJ Stroud versus Bryce, CJ Stroud versus Bryce. And I want to do something different because I know that angle is going to be covered so well. So he's saying, good job in doing that. Greatness. Surely hope it some good engagement there. So thank you. I understand your comment now, Preston. And then now let me go back to Captain E, which says, Captain Prince E, what happens if we lose against Miami? What would the headline be? So if we lose against Miami and we go into the bye week, I'm sure a lot of things will be talking about firing the head coach or who's going to get fired, who is going to take the fall, because you can't have a team be 0-6 and nothing happen. No changes, just 0-6, 0-7, 0-8. I feel like that would be your first headline, is about who is going to get fired as a result. And not until Monday, lead up for the game of Houston, where you hear all the CJ Stroud talk and comparisons, and you're going to hear a lot of it. So I'm certainly going to have to do my homework and make sure I have some other things to talk about, some other angles, and any suggestions from you all, I welcome it. Leave them in the comments, and we'll cover that when it happens. And then let me go on this. I look at Tyron Green. Where is Andre Cassidy? It's Cassidy, not Cassidy. Casseday. Not that I'm giving you a hard time, but Andre is always going to be on game day and our day after show on Monday. He is not yet a full-time employee of Charlotte Vibe now, but if you guys continue with the super chats and join the channels, give us some increased capabilities, then I can do that. But Andre is not always able to come on. But let me go ahead and get to this real quick. Quentin says blue light vibe. I could change the color. I don't know if I want to mess with that because then I might struggle to get it back. But my man Quentin is always super supportive. So here we go.
Super chat.
I gotta play it one more time. I love it. Anytime we get a super chat, we got this new effect right here.
Super chat.
He says he cries a little bit every time DJ Moore has a good game. So you have been crying quite a bit. And yeah, we play Chicago as well on a Thursday night. I think that's in November. So that's going to be a ton of talk about DJ Moore. If we had not got the ball downfield yet, we're going to be talking about that and the need for a true number one wide receiver that we don't have. Yada, yada, yada. So Quentin, appreciate you so much. I know he's also come on the show at times. So Quentin, I appreciate you very much, sir. Carson Henson, could we see a head coach Evero soon? No, things would have to get tragic. Things would have to get where the locker room's lost. Players are letting all this information out about things that they're unhappy about. But as frustrating as it is, they just have to be atrocious to fire a coach in year one. You want to give the guy an opportunity to make adjustments, make corrections, grow a little bit, and you just can't put him in charge of such a huge investment of a franchise and just change them out all willy-nilly, even as short as during the season of their first year with the team. So we may see Evero go to someplace else soon and be a head coach sooner than he would be here in Charlotte. But Carson, appreciate it very, very much. Hey, that is all I can get to for tonight. It is indeed a late night, and I want to save some of the energy for when that baby girl comes so that I can stay up and support my wife through that. But I'll continue to do these daily updates. I'll let Mr. Cassidy know that you all miss him. I always leave some comments that may help him come on a little bit more. But you know what helps the most? The super chats, the members, so that I can also pay Andre for his time, right? It is a business here at Charlotte Vibe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe. See you tomorrow.